Naya says, um, um, uh, so I can tell you whatever you want to know and you'll let me live, right?
Yep. Pearson lies.
What?
As he says.
You're building up for the never trusted, like a never trust a Pearson.
Yeah.
Never trust a man whose home he destroyed, or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, we'll all determine his entire fate. But Pearson will ask first and foremost, does Azael know who we really are?
I thought it was odd, and I don't understand what spell you're under, but I know the name Cole anywhere.
Did you report your suspicions to Azael? How do you communicate with him?
No. We can't communicate in and out of our own realms. We demons are suspicious sorts. We don't let each other see inside each other's realms. Not, well, at least not without them knowing.
So while you're here, you don't have any contact with Azael or any of the other demons?
As much as I wish at this moment that were not true.
Good. How does the truth feel? Now that you put it on for size, Nye.
I mean, I like it. I can learn to. I can change.
Oh, I'm sure.
I can help you. I can help.
Oh.
You're here.
How can you help us?
You're the champions, right? You have a destiny. You have to kill the others. I can't help you get to Azil. No one can, but the others, the twins. I know how to. I know.
What do you know?
I am a suspicious one. I don't like places I can't get to. I found a way into their realm they don't know.
What's the way?
Like Nye starts looking around wildly.
The longer you take, the more that plague's gonna sit inside of you. So I guess you can take as much time as you want now.
He licks his lips and says, "On the far wall, there's a painting of a doorway that leads nowhere." And he pointedly shakes to the wall behind where Jarek is. With the right words, it opens a doorway to their realm, to their very chambers, bypassing all of their defenses for you.
I see. Another reason why you want us to keep you alive. I bet you know those words, of course.
He nods eagerly.
And a dead... We never decided what kind of creature you are. But, well, dead people can't speak. Okay, you're doing all right for yourself so far, Nye.
I'm human, like you. A little improved, maybe, but...
Jarek actually calls out across the room. Oh no, make no mistake. I can pry the truth from the minds of the dead. Don't let that hinder you.
Oh, good. Well, there goes that idea, Nye. Human. Improved. You don't seem so improved now. Azael, you said no one can get to him. Why is that?
He's... all of the lieutenants, all of...
Only now Finn realized she was moving the doppelganger.
I was hoping no one would notice.
No, I just didn't want to say anything. It was beautiful.
Anyway, sorry, Squee.
No, it's fine. Nye
says,
of all the demon captains and lieutenants, there are two whose powers are beyond even me, with all my scheming. Azil is one of them. His stronghold is... I have never been able to gain access without permission. I've hardly dared to try.
I see.
Cole, you hear scratching on the other side of the wall. Not like finger scratching, but like something's dragging up a wall. And Cole goes off to the other side. Speaking of, as he bends closer to Nye, tell me more of the lady in red.
Dementia?
Yes.
She is chaos incarnate. She has no interest in science or the workings of the world. She sometimes, I think, even can scare Azil if he were not immortal. Her power is a legion unto itself.
Fascinating. Thank you. As he then goes back into the room. Actually, he's going to be on the doorway, standing there. Leaning against the door frame.
He sees that and sees Cole say fascinating, and then he looks up hopefully and he says, "Your goal is to take on Azil. If you find a way, you must avoid Dementia. You can't fight them both. If you even somehow manage to kill one, the chances of you continuing to kill the other... I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to be helpful. See? I'm being helpful."
Telling us things are impossible isn't helpful, Nye. You should know that. We want solutions, not problems.
I told you that I can lead you directly to the twins' chamber, the very chamber where they guard their own power source, the shield. The shield. Shield. I can tell you about the shield.
Start talking.
Well, it holds out anything that the demons do not let in. It is impossible to besiege the city while it still remains. This, and he points shakily to the cylinder, must be destroyed, and the other one in the twins' tower. Destroy that, and I don't know. You can, I'm sure, do something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Cole looks towards Keen and gives him a come hither finger wiggle as he gets off the wall and starts moving around.
As you do that, the golem of Keen, for some reason, just topples over to the floor.
I'm not gonna lie, I love, like, even though just as a character I'm never gonna know, I love that little thing that played out there on the side with Jarek.
What's the
Creepy,
fuck?
but I love it.
I actually
Creepy,
don't
but I
fucking
love it.
know what happened. It took me a few seconds.
Like you blacked out and that text happened. And like, oh, my subconscious is kind of fucked up.
I didn't know he had that few hit points. That worked for me.
Are you coming?
Yes.
Jarek,
I trust that everything is worked out for you.
Jarek looks down to like the collapsing, like turned into clay thing over to Keen. Jarek smiles. You should listen to Cole.
Damn, you're creepy.
He wins the creepy contest for now.
I don't think so. I think it's still Birdo.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yes. Jarek won't get all passionately violent like I thought he might, because we're busy doing something else right now.
So Pearson will look over to Finn that's nearby, and he'll kind of give a come over here gesture with his head.
Okay, she'll kind of tiptoe on over.
Finn, I was just thinking aloud, and maybe I can bounce some ideas off of you. Pearson says, clearly, so that I can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a little while, maybe a day or so, for this poison, this plague that Nye drank to affect. And then he says the cure will take another day or two. Realize that we probably have pretty pressing business and we can't hang around here in his little lair here for the next 3 days or so. It'd be hard to keep an eye on him. He'll do his best to escape or something like that, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I was thinking, it is pretty clear that he actually did ingest the same plague, which is good. Now, what's to stop him to drinking a fake plague, waiting for us and giving it to us so we can give it to the people who are actually sick, those survivors of Shale's Meadow. And after we leave and we let him live, he finds and he makes the real cure and then he drinks it. Mm-hmm. So how can we guarantee that he won't do that last part? Oh, I know. We'll smash everything in his fucking workshop. I think that would do it, don't you think?
Finn grins.
Yeah, and that way, if he doesn't have any supplies or tools to make a new cure, he's gonna have to pick the right one, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So. Pearson will look at Notice over on the side. Did you hear that, Jarek?
Jarek says, why don't we just deliver him back to my tower? He can't access his workshop there.
How do we get him over there?
We carry him. He failed in this whole troubleshooting thing.
I guess you're right.
That's a great idea. It'll allow us to fully get to know everything that Nye knows and fully weigh the options of whether we should let his sniveling, pathetic, mewling hide still exist or not. And we'll be able to get authenticity for both the plague and its cure. I think that's a solid idea.
Jarek nods. He's confident that that's why he suggested it, because it was a good idea.
Yeah, I know, but I think sometimes Inferno says stuff like that. Even though now that I think about it, probably Pearson wouldn't say that's a great idea, but maybe he's just toying with Nye.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, like Jarek's being, his insufferable himself in his mind.
I don't suggest subpar ideas, motherfucker. So how about that?
Every idea I suggested has been great thus far, fucking asshole.
The only risk to that, however, I just realized, is that the second we step outside of his realm, Nye might be able to contact Azale or the other demons.
That's when Cole's conversation pipes up with the other men. We probably need some rest. And I've heard that you had a sleep potion. You think you can knock him out so we can get some sleep around here? He did actually say this would be a war of attrition. I'm feeling... As he, pulls the javelin out from himself, a bit winded as he throws it off.
Yeah, I have 5 of them.
I should keep him out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
All right.
Nye, in the other conversation, Nye goes, if you feel that's best to take me back to the tower, I promise I won't fight you.
And then before, Cole and Keen get back, Jarek kneels down, and, Gav's hand, goes onto, Nye's forehead. Oh, I know you won't. I know you won't. How does it feel to see Gav, or someone who looks just like him after all these years? We destroyed his phylactery on the way up here.
Nye actually in surprise hisses, "You did what?"
Yep. Phylactery gone.
As he says that, he begins to cough, and blood actually starts coughing up and running down his chin. And he goes,
Ooh, you must have had a pretty high concentration there, Nye.
"You released him?"
Jarek, like, shrugs. All gone.
Oh, God.
"That was the only way we had to control him." And he starts like breathing laboredly. "You say it'll take days. You forced me to drink enough to make 10 of those demons."
As Cole and Keen are arriving, 10 of those demons.
Interesting. So, considering you're only going to have one shot at the cure, Nye, either we smash everything that you have here, all your implementations, or we take you back to Gav's stronghold, or we do both. Let's just say you only have one more shot to put that cure to your lips. So, what are you going to drink?
Nye lunges for one of the blue vials.
Okay.
And if no one stops him, he's going to unstopper it and down the contents.
As he's doing so, though, Jarek will look over at Pearson and says, "You know, it would be awfully poetic, though, if he were to turn into the same creature that he's been making across Ardenfell."
It would be. But we had to be sure.
There's always more plague, though.
There is, Pearson says as he goes for one of those blue vials. Plays around with his hands for a moment.
Nye says, "No, but you said, look, I've told you, I'll tell you everything I know."
Jarek, like, looks up at Cole and Keen.
We have our own thing, our own concoction we would like to test on you.
Oh,
It
good.
will not kill
He
you.
likes testing.
Jarek will sit up and take Gav's hand away from...
Cole looks over at Keen.
Keen takes out a sleep potion and hands it over to Cole.
Wait, before you give him something else. How many of these little blue potions are there on the table, DM?
There's 4 more left.
Who knows how far that plague has spread or could spread. Pearson's gonna say, "What do you use to make this potion?"
He looks at you and then looks around and he says, "Well, it would take hours to explain the process."
Hmm.
And his eyes get kind of hopeful. "Only I know how to make it."
Interesting. Okay. That's all I need to know, Pearson says as he looks over to Cole and Keen. He gives a bit of a nod as and he still has one of the bloom potions in his hand, but he hasn't drank it yet.
Cole is going to give him this potion. Not forcefully. Just hand it to him.
Nye will look at it and he'll sniff it and he'll say, "What is this? Some form of unconsciousness? Are you trying to poison me again?"
We have the antidote either way.
He starts to get very fearful. And he says, "But haven't I helped you enough? You don't have to put me to sleep. I'll help you with anything. I'll tell you whatever you want."
The problem, Nye, is that once we leave your realm, who knows other than you what all you could do? It's something that I do recall on Windfall Isle. What was it that you said? I feel like I just said it before today. Never trust a demon.
He kind of looks around wildly again, and he says,
And then you laughed and you fired the cannon, and it was good fun for everyone.
I don't think that Kip would say it was good fun.
Nye says, but you don't understand. If we don't report in every 3 hours, Azil comes looking for us. He can't come in here. The things he would see.
Jerry says, at this point, shouldn't you be more concerned about surviving than what the Dark Lord will see? Especially if the champions of this world do something about the Dark Lord. Just a thought.
Wait, Azale comes into your realm? I thought you said you're protected from him.
He just said that if he doesn't report in, which, oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Nye says, I mean, he threatens with it. No one's ever not reported in, but, I mean, who would dare deny him?
Jarek's lips are like fractionally like curling upwards and
Yeah,
upwards.
Pearson gives a sneering smile. Who would dare indeed? Oh my god, we could finish this whole thing by fucking session.
Well, we would still have to like get out of here. At least
Yes.
that might be the dream goal.
Yeah, we would still have to get out of here, and we have to consider: do we want to try and take on Azale without the backup, or do we want to try and go to the other tower just to get our backup?
Because
We have a lot of options here now, but because if Azale shows up, we use the Lich Stone.
I have a beautiful idea, but I
Mhm.
need this man to be knocked out.
Okay.
all right, so I suppose then to speed up that narrative process, there's enough hands here we can force Nye's mouth open. He drinks the potion to sleep, and he might go to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah. He'll gaggle a lot,
Gaggle.
which is a thing. It's
Like
a
my
thing that
seven-
knives do.
Like my
Gaggle, gaggle.
5-year-old niece.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hasn't been able to say marvelous in minutes, and it's driving him crazy.
Yeah, that's too bad. Too bad.
So he's unconscious. Yes.
Sweet. Pearson drinks the blue potion.
You drink it. It's got a bitter taste to it that
Mhm.
lingers in your mouth. But this plague that you and others are suffering from, it attacks every portion of your body. It makes your stomach sour. It makes your legs weak. Your muscles on fire.
Headache, yeah.
Yeah, the headache. When you drink the potion, your stomach settles. Everything else is there still, but your stomach does settle.
Pearson gives a bit of a smile on the corner of his mouth. He'll carefully stopper the other blue potions and put them securely in his backpack.
Pearson, perhaps you should give one of the other 4 to the other people. If something were to happen to you, then it would be impossible for any of us to carry one of the vials out to the rest of Ardenfell.
Of course. Here, take 2, and drink one yourself. I
Okay.
felt my stomach settle. It is very likely this is authentic.
Jarek will grab the 2 and says, I have another concern, and it's with... And Jarek gestures a hand towards the fucking massive column and says, I'm not really sure I could unravel this. I'm not entirely sure what the repercussions would be of simply destroying it. There could be a shockwave, there could be a backlash, feedback. I don't know this
I have
alchemy
an
thing.
idea.
The other concern would be that if we do destroy it, the shield might weaken and they might notice.
Mm-hmm. Now, we have, as one of the captains of this particular realm, have defeated Nye with his unconscious body. We can simply walk out, say we defeated him, and insist that we have this implanted into our own tower. The transfer might take it down.
That's an interesting idea. Demand that Nye is incompetent, so we are more competent, so it should be transferred, and the act of doing so will bring at least this tower down momentarily, and then all we would need to do is go after the other tower if we so wish to bring in our reinforcements. Or we just hang out here with Nye, or go back to Govs, and eventually the Dark Lord himself will get curious and try and figure what's going on.
Indeed.
Of course, the Dark Lord coming himself would be all manners of curiosity. A graver threat would be if the teleporting one showed up.
The witch?
The one who slew Theoden.
Yes, the witch.
The one who led the siege on Sunset Tower, and the one who appeared personally in front of all of us.
That could still be an advantage. Nye himself said the two, Azael and Dementia, are connected pretty tightly. And it was likely if we're going to face Azael, we're going to face Dementia too, and together they would be almost too much for us. If we use Nye's absence as a lure, we have the best of both worlds. Either it's Azael and we can finish it, or it's Dementia and we can take her out of the equation. We don't have to worry about Dementia summoning Azael, because Nye explained that this realm of his, this little pocket, is insulated from the other demon lieutenants.
I can't believe I'm about to suggest this. What if we... Nye mentioned that dementia perhaps even terrifies the Demon Lord itself. Do you think that there could be any possibility for us to distract dementia for a time by offering the promise that we would take care of Azael ourselves?
Threaten to dethrone Azael for the sake of Dementia?
And then dementia would be able to rule as the next demon ruler person. It sounds horribly stupid, and I really can't believe I just said it, but there we go.
Pearson says as he kicks Nye's unconscious side, this little fucker did say never trust a demon, and making a deal with Dementia implies that she would keep up her end of the bargain.
Yeah.
It would. The goal then would be to... All we want is a real, genuine shot at the Demon Lord. One that we can actually walk away from and survive, unlike the one we just had in the council meeting. We've perhaps got the cure. There might be some notes around here that we can take back to Celine's stupid eggheads who studied the dragon cannon and turned into a shield, that they could work on this for all of Ardenfell. So all we need to secure our way out of here once we deal with the Demon Lord and bring this cure back to them or bring them to us. And dementia really, is not a primary concern in that. We can actually have all of the other defenders of Ardenfell hunt down the remainder of the demons, including her.
It's true. We have to keep our eyes on the ultimate goal.
We're here to weaken the Demon Lord and allow the other defenders of Ardenfell into the city.
Yeah.
How quickly do you think we could bring down those towers? We'd have 3 hours. We could use Nye's back door, take care of those, whatever's generating them, and get back here in time.
Jarek looks over at the column of green light and says, I don't know. For one, wouldn't we need to know however to get through the painting thing? He took that with him to sleep, didn't he?
We can wake him up. Do you have another one of those sleeping potions?
I have 5.
There we
Can-
go. Wake him
still-
up. He tells us. He'll come back to sleep.
Can we wake him up from his magically induced slumber?
Yes. If I recall correctly, it's just like you can shake somebody awake. Let me check the shot.
I can stab him awake.
I will say that it might take a bit more effort than just shaking someone awake, but yes, they are in a very heavy sleep.
Okay.
At any rate, though, I don't know, like, how ever-present the shield might be if both of these, like, columns of, like, green light go tumbling down. Fucking, like, red alert klaxons might go off in the city.
Well, that might give Azale even more of a reason to investigate what's going on with Nye.
And that's what I proposed. If we showed that we have taken the unconscious Nye as a bit of a trophy for what we've done. And he's clearly not dead because they can sense those things.
Then they might... I hope they can sense it, too. Well, though Gav might not be... Oh, whatever. Perhaps then the column, this switch might be moved to my tower.
Which would make it a lot more easy to obtain, or just take it down while it gets set up on yours.
What? I'm so confused about taking it down. And...
Piff's idea is that instead of destroying it, like as part of like a delaying tactic, like whenever they come to investigate, like since
Yeah.
Nye clearly failed to defend this shield
Yeah.
generator, maybe it could get
They're
moved to
going
our tower.
So this
Yes.
thing is the shield generator as well, and it has to be dismantled before... I thought the shield generators were at the Twins Towers.
There's 2 of them. One's here and the other one's at the Twins Towers. That's why we needed to go to
Yes.
both places.
That's why we need to destroy both places. That's why.
Yes.
Okay. So really we have 2 options, playing it loud or playing it quiet. Playing it loud is using the 3-hour window and quickly smashing both and waiting for Azale to show up, right? It's risky, but it's quick. Playing it quiet is continuing with the subterfuge game. I like both ideas, and if we want to put in our preference to it, actually, to tell you the truth, I might prefer doing the quiet approach, because then we'll be able to actually use our disguises as disguises. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we'll use that to our
that would be
advantage.
neat. Squee, by the way. You saw that thing that I rolled,
I
right?
did. I saw.
Okay. That's what I rolled.
Got it.
I admittedly do think it would be pretty neat for the flavorful thing to actually use our disguises as genuine disguises.
Yeah,
Okay.
as genuine disguises. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Like,
Okay.
like nothing, just the flavor of tricking the demons.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
So I'm down with Cole's idea then, 100%. It's a solid idea.
Well, why don't we? Because we're pretty close to the end of the session anyway. Why don't we stop here? That'll give you guys time to work out the details of how you want to go about doing this, and it'll give me time to figure out how the hell people would respond to this.
Do we want to just march over to the center tower and go, hey, this guy, he fucked up so hard that
This
we
guy."
should probably
Well, see,
change
here's-
the generator to my place.
Here's the thing. He actually told us himself, the big blue man himself, that the reason why he doesn't have it is because he's the lowest of the 3. Or 4.
Right, and I'm so thoroughly incompetent that in this whole troubleshooting thing, if I die, it's no big deal. There was no contingency put in place for what happens if Nye fucks up.
Yeah.
It's almost like they didn't expect that to happen.
I know.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, march up and go, hey, Nye fucked up.
So, okay.
What should we do?
No, it's not what should we do thing. I like that imagery. I love the idea then of, and that can help Squee like further decide like for a committed course of action where we actually can go back to the center tower. And as much as I'd love to carry Nye, like Jarek's not strong enough, but like between all the strong people in the party, Nye is carted over, and basically like Gav here, Jarek's saying, so we troubleshooted it. He utterly failed, and we reached the shield generator. We even took him hostage.
Yes.
We'll be visiting the twins sometime in the near future. Just wanted to report in. Have a nice day.
Oh, and I want to raise.
Yes. And I want to raise.
Until his
Oh,
tower
by
gets
the way,
fixed, maybe
I
you put
better-
this-
By the way, Lord, I better see some more minions in the near future. Thank you.
Let's not be too out of place here. Let's just have it all be implied.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would like my own trailer and perhaps my own banquet hall.
I told you I will not fight the freed armies in these conditions. It will be in the trailer.
What was that? The water bottle needs to be like 6 ounces or.
Oh yeah, this is 15 ounces. I know when it's 16 ounces. Not this.
We might be able to keep the other dream alive too. If there was a painting involved, can we just take the painting with us?
Probably. I mean, if it is the painting, absolutely.
It's painted onto the wall,
Shit.
but you can always. I mean, there's no reason why you can't ask the man when he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
What if I
all
use
we need
my
to do is jostle him.
I use my level 7 rotting curse spell in a ritual on the wall and lift it from the wall, and we take the painting with us?
Why do you have that? I like it.
Azil, Lord of all demons, Gov, why are you taking a section of a wall?
Present it to him as a gift.
I like this wall. It's a good
Here
wall.
you go, my lord, a painting from the center of
Wait.
Nye's tower to prove to you.
I'm sorry, am I not supposed to take a souvenir for my conquests?
That's it. Where's your phylactery? Oh, fuck.
It's somewhere. I couldn't find it.
Good news, good news. That's no longer an issue.
You try and twist it, so you don't have to be worried about it anymore.
Well, should we wrap up the stream then, Holmes?
Yeah, I suppose so.
But no, if it would help for the planning purposes, unless there is any objection, then I do think that is what the group would do. Like,
Yeah.
cart Nye to the center tower, and I would report in on the troubleshooting.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah.
Bye,
Yeah.
stream.